As you're spring cleaning yours, your parents' or your grandparents' home, you might come across that old thing. Yes, that old thing that's in the corner for years thinking it's junk. Well, it could be worth something. And joining me is Tod Carson of Tod Carson Antiques to let us know about some of our staff items here, if they are worth something or if they're just junk. And so.
Well, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
But there are some good things up here.
I like that. But before we start, hold on, I got to ask you about how do you know which is an antique and which isn't to help people out there?
That's really a good question. I mean, first of all, doing this for 30 years helps. But the other thing, I look at the object, you look at the patina, you look at the age of it, you can kind of see how there's some...
What's patina?
Patina is like this, that builds up.
Okay.
From commensurate with age and with use and with the lack of cleaning. Things like this start to get a patina on them. Not so much in the desert where it's so dry, but especially if you live near a beach or near a lake or something. There's more of that.
Got it. Okay, let's get started then. I'm sorry, I wanted to make sure people understood that. So, okay. Which one do you want to start? You want to start this piece right here?
We can start here.
Okay.
This actually, at one time, was really, really beautiful. This is bronze and This is bronze and brass. Yeah. This is from about 1870. It's Napoleon III. It's French. All of these are enamel numbers. There used to be a big hand and a little hand here, and here's where you put the key in to insert it and lock. But here was a chain, and it kind of looked like a pocket watch, and this would have hung on the wall like this.
Got it. Okay.
So something like this in this condition, just because it could be a lot of fun to hang up and look at, it's probably worth about $50 to $75.
After I just broke. Okay.
If it were, but now it's probably worth $40. But if it was in perfect condition, it would probably be worth between $750 and $1,400.
Oh wow, that's pretty good there. Okay, let's move to the left next door.
This is, and I know someone found this in their garage, and fortunately it was in the garage. This is not worth a great deal, but it is kind of fun. Something kids can play, mining with, or kind of going down the shaft. Yeah. So something like this, I mean, probably like $6 or $7 at a garage sale, but it's fun to play with. The kids can have this. It's not dangerous.
All right, this piece here.
This is an interesting piece. I had not seen this before. I know it's signed, and this was someone who was an engineer who lived up near the Redwoods and decided to do sculpting. I am not familiar with this artist, but something like this is probably worth in the range of $400 to $750.
Oh, wow. Okay, I like that. All right, let's do the painting before we get to that one, because that one, that thing over there, we'll talk about. Okay, the painting here. Now, spend a lot of money on it. Spend a lot.
They spent a great deal of money on it. This is a painting of Giverny, which is actually Monet's house in France and his garden, where he did a lot of his artwork. This was called tourist art, and it's not particularly valuable, but the person paid $19.49 for this, and apparently it was at Goodwill Industries, which is a great charity.
Yeah.
And today this is probably worth about between $75 and $150.
Wow, that's not bad. All right, that's cool. All right, our last item down here. This right here is something that one of our staff members is hoping that it might be junk. But if it's worth something, they're hoping that it's worth a lot so they can actually sell and get rid of it.
Okay, so someone in the house wants to get rid of it. It actually is old, and it has a great deal of character. I think this is probably late 19th century, and this was a craftsman's bench. So something would have been held in here to be carved or to be held like this so they could work on it, or just to hold it and do it. I think the lamp may have been added later. But I think this probably, I would not use this for a floor lamp, but you could and put your beer here. But generally speaking, I mean, this is just a fun little gizmo, and it's probably worth anywhere between $95 and $150.
Ooh, that's gas money right there. That's good.
Exactly.
So I love this. And so you do this pretty much every day, don't you?
Every day.
So, and so how do people come to you and with items, and what do you look for when you want them to bring an antique?
Well, we like people to call, preferably first, before they start bringing things in, and sometimes we even go to them. But we look for things. I mean, everybody has something that's worth something, at least to them. So don't be afraid to look and make a phone call. We're
There it
always
is.
happy to talk to
I
people.
like it. Also, too, your spouse is not an antique that you appraise, do you?
No,
Okay,
no,
good.
it's not a good idea.
I got one more thing that, to me, I think this is probably my biggest purchase. I spent about, I hate to say my $20,000 on it. Do you think it's worth anything?
You know, something is worth every bit of what someone's willing to pay for it. This is a really incredible beeswax candle. Everyone needs a gnome in their house for good luck, and it is a candle in
you're
case the
saying-
lights go
yeah.
out during the monsoon season.
said it was a fool to
so
pay that
hold on
much.
to it.
Tod Carson, ladies and gentlemen. Information's on the screen how you can get a hold of him. Also, you can head over to cw7az.com.